it's very, very important to both honor the ancestors, the people who have built acting, from the Greeks to our contemporary Lee Strasberg, Stella Adler, Sanford Meisner, Ilya Kazan, so on and so forth. But it's also important to walk away or compound off of them. Or else, in the end, what we do is we disappoint them, because art remains stagnant then. And the process of art will always remain stagnant if you don't respect, honor, and move away from. And by move away from, I don't mean to disrespect it. I mean we're obliged to add on to it. So what are we adding on to it? If in the 50s people were running over to Moscow to find out what this person Stanislavski knew about sensory memory, and then 3 versions of that came back. Sanford Meisner had one version, Stella Adler had another, and Lee Strasberg had another. The 3 of them had the same exact conversation with Stanislavski, but the 3 of them came out of it with entirely different ideas. Fine. All of them worked. All of them were effective teachers. But in the end, it's our job as artists to compound that, to add on to that, to move away from what was done into greater things. And you've heard me say it 100 times in this room. Objectives are a thing of antiquity. It's over. That was what was being taught at one time. And it's useless at this point, because we have to understand that objectives never come true. The play doubt, as we spoke about. I want this person to stop this campaign against me as a priest. She wants the priest to admit he was wrong and resign. Neither one of them ever do it. So if that's my objective, I can't achieve my objective. Good drama means I don't achieve my objective. So if teachers are consistently reminding you what's your objective in the scene, what's your super objective, so on and so forth, what I'm arguing is that that's a thing of antiquity. And it needs its respect, and it needed its time, but it's over. Because the objective is only there, in my opinion, to show you exactly what you need to be doing. And doing is intending. You need to find out, how am I going to do this scene? Because from the Greeks, we know that all of theater, all of acting, the word acting itself means action. So doing and intending, acting. And we know that in our case it means behaving. And so focused on the objective is a waste of time. We want to get away from that idea. We want to get into, how am I doing the scene? And bigger than that, who is doing the how? That's what we ultimately teach in this room. Who is doing the how? And the who for us is the actable phrase. Once we have that, which again is a compounding on what was taught over time, we don't want to get stuck in thick books on character. Why? Why do we need to read 340 pages about how to define a character? We don't need it. We need simpler ideas, clearer ideas, ways to compound our ancestors with respect and honor them by saying, hey, look, we're going to take what you gave us and we've decided to move on from it, right? I mean, that's our goal. And then the goal of people behind us is to move on from it from there. I mean, if we really look at cinema today and look at theater today, it owes everything to this one person called Marlon Brando and all the people that supported him and got him out there. But when we look at cinema today, have we really seen anything different since Marlon Brando's come along? We could argue that we've become dull, that we haven't moved past our ancestors. So what is going to help us move past this? What is the new acting insight style? What is the new acting teaching insight style? I'm not saying that I'm it. I'm just saying that I'm definitely conscious of being a part of that movement to make it more simple, accessible, and effective, to everybody who actually innately has talent, because you can't give it to people who don't have talent. So I want to send that home. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to knock our ancestors. Believe me, I studied with William Esper and the Meisner technique. I have absolute respect for it. However, I also see that it's something that was, at its time, it's a foundation piece of work. It's not the end result. It's purely foundational. The structure and the blueprint of acting goes well beyond these places. And so what we're talking about with actable phrase work and intending, the way that we do it, the who and the how, that's our game and that's our contribution. So just embrace that and make that part of your world and just say, you know what, we take the whole thing forward. Another step in the ladder. That's all we're doing.